Hello, my name is Fabiola and I'm one of your teachers. Watch this video class with subtitles as many times as you need until you're able to understand it all without the subtitles. Then, practice and enjoy watching it again several times, understanding everything as if it were your own language. Have your mouse handy and pause often to understand the examples better. If you do it like this, you will learn a lot of English. Today, we're going to learn about relative pronouns. We saw most of these pronouns as question words in units 18 and 20. We saw what, which, who, whom, whose. Another relative pronoun, which is not a question word, is that. In general, relative pronouns are used to join two sentences. Look at these examples. John is a doctor. He lives in New York. John, who lives in New York, is a doctor. She is Swedish. She is my sister's neighbor. She is the subject in both sentences, so we can say, she, who is Swedish, is my sister's neighbor. Notice that who substitutes the subject she in the last example. We use relative pronouns when we do not want to repeat a subject or a complement. As you can see in these two examples, we write the relative clause between two commas. So, let's look at using commas in relative clauses. Commas play an important role in relative clauses. Look at the following two sentences. They contain the same words but have very different meanings. The boys who knew the teacher was ill didn't go to school. The boys who knew the teacher was ill didn't go to school. In the first sentence, only the boys who knew the teacher was ill didn't go to school. Everyone else did. However, in the second sentence, all the boys knew that the teacher was ill, so none of them went to school. Only use commas to separate a relative clause when the clause can be omitted without affecting the general idea to be transmitted. Now, let's look at the relative pronoun, what. Unlike other relative pronouns, what cannot be used to describe the noun that comes before it. Its function is to emphasize the thing or activity referred to in a sentence. For example, do you know what she said? He's going to be very angry when he says what you've done. I will explain exactly what the company wants. I can't believe what they did to that old theater. Now, let's look at the relative pronoun which. Which is used when referring to animals or things. It goes after the noun it refers to and introduces additional information to the sentence. Look at this example. That's the book which tells the story of the first woman astronaut. Notice that the information introduced by which is essential and therefore we don't use commas and we can also say, that's the book that tells the story of the first woman astronaut. Let's see another example. Their car, which was the fastest there, won the race. In this case, which introduces non-essential information, and that is why we use commas and we cannot use that instead of which in the sentence. Look at more examples. Peter's car, which he rented in London, broke down after 10 miles. My aunt's cat, which is called Pussy, is very beautiful. The door which leads to the street is locked. I saw a film on Friday that you will like. Here is a useful tip. Relative pronouns can be omitted if the two subjects of the sentence are different. So we can also say, I saw a film you will like. Let's move on to the relative pronoun who. Who is used when referring to people. It goes after the noun it refers to and introduces additional information to the sentence. Look at these examples. Those girls who live in that flat are both law students. The teacher who taught me English was from the States. Sometimes we can also replace who with the relative pronoun that. For example, he's the man that stole my car. And remember that when a relative clause has its own subject, we can omit the pronoun. So we can say, that's the man that I met yesterday. Or, that's the man I met yesterday. Is she the girl that you told me about? Or, is she the girl you told me about? What about the relative pronoun whom? Whom also refers to people. It is the object form of who, and it is used when we are not referring to a subject. We can also omit the pronoun whom, as we did in the other two cases. Look at these examples. You can say, the man whom I bought this car from said it was in perfect condition. Or, the man I bought the car from said it was in perfect condition. Mary is the girl whom you spoke to at the party. Or, Mary is the girl you spoke to at the party. Finally, we'll look at the relative pronoun whose. Whose is the possessive form of who and which. Look at these examples. This is John, whose wife works at the university. I'm helping the lady whose husband is ill. The boy whose mother is a doctor wants to study medicine. There are 5 men whose jobs are in danger. Well, in this class, you've revised the grammar in Unit 129 of our complete course and learned about relative pronouns. Enjoy Unit 129 and meet Ashley and Jessica. Find out why Jessica thought Ashley was a doctor. Put your headset on and practice to improve your listening comprehension. Record and compare phrases to improve your speaking and learn how to write correctly. You will also gain fluency by interpreting roles, and then you will learn the grammar and new vocabulary. Keep on learning English. Take care. Bye-bye.